everybody. Today I'm going to start on Junie B. Jones, first grader, turkeys we have loved and eaten, and other thankful things. And I know it's not Thanksgiving right now, but I thought that because I'm reading a book about Thanksgiving, I would make some candy corn fudge. And they turned out really sweet, really cute, and here they are. See them? They're really cute. And next week I thought I would make some and make a video of it. See how cute they are? They're really good. It's like a vanilla fudge, just the shape and the color of candy corn. But yeah, so next week I'll make some of those and I'll post a video up, okay? Alright, so so today we're going to read chapter 2 of the Thanksgiving book. And chapter 2 is some thankfuls. And as you know, in the first chapter that I read, the class is jotting down some things that they're thankful for. It's the week of Thanksgiving at their school, and their teacher, Mr. Scary, has told them there's going to be a thankful contest. And they're supposed to jot down some things that they're thankful for and turn it into the thankful box, and they're going to be judged on their list, and hopefully they'll win. And if they win, their prize is going to be a pumpkin pie made by Miss Gladys Gutzman, the lady that works in the kitchen. All right, and the kids don't seem that excited about that. So anyhow, excuse me, chapter 2, some thankfuls. All right, Mr. Scary moved on again. Okay, boys and girls, let's really get started now, okay? If you'll please take out your homework papers, we'll begin sharing our ideas. Who would like to go first? I quick pulled out my homework. Oh, me, I shouted, because I have 4 excellent thankfuls, that's why, and I'm not even kidding you. Then I sprang up like a spring, and I started to read my thankful list. First, I am thankful for the turkey I love at Thanksgiving. Second, I enjoy the gravy. Plus, number 3, I am way thankful for the kind of cranberry jelly that comes in a can. Only, even when you take it out of the can, it still keeps looking exactly like the can. I looked at my teacher. That stuff is like magic, I said. I do not know how farmers grow it in that shape. Mr. Scary stared at me a real long time. I looked back at my list. Oh, and here is my most favorite one of all, I said. I am thankful for the kind of biscuits that come in a tube. And then you bash them on the counter and they come exploding out. And everyone jumps. Plus also, my baby brother always starts to cry. I grinned real big. That is just a fun bunch of biscuits. My friend Herbert jumped out of his seat. I can't believe it, Junie B. I am thankful for those biscuits, too. He quick grabbed his homework page and held it up. Look, see? It's right here on my paper, exploding biscuits. After that, me and Herbert did a high five, a low five, and a medium five. Also, we did a fist bump. A fist bump is when you knock your knuckles together. Sometimes it can be kind of painful. May threw her head at us. Oh, no, she said. That cannot be true. Both of you did not write that by yourselves. You copied each other. I know you did. Who in the world is thankful for exploding biscuits? So, here's a picture of Junie B. and Herb fist bumping, and that May is butting her head in again. All right. Then, one by one, everybody started to shout. I am too, they shouted. My friend named Sheldon Potts sprang up from his chair. Me too, he shouted. One time I ate 6 exploding biscuits right out of the tube, and they weren't even cooked yet. All of our eyes popped right out of our heads, because that was the greatest exploding biscuit story we have ever heard. We looked back at Mr. Scary. His eyes were stuck on Sheldon. "You're a fascinating little boy, Sheldon Potts," he said. "Yes, I know. You keep on telling me that," said Sheldon. Mr. Scary smiled. Then he turned to the board and he wrote the words, "Thankful List." "Okay, Junie B, how about if you pick out your 2 top favorites and we'll start the list off with them?" I stared at my paper, very thinking. Then I told him my 2 favorites, and Mr. Scary printed them on the board. Number 1, cranberry jelly in a can. Number 2, exploding biscuits. He took a step back. "Well, just as I thought, we're off to a very interesting start," he said. He turned back to room 1. "As we continue, if you've brought a long list, please just pick the 2 items that you are the most thankful for, okay?" "Okay," we shouted back. My friend named Lenny waved his hand to go next. "All right, Lenny, your turn. So tell us the number 1 thing in your life that you're the most thankful for." Lenny yelled it out. "Nipsy Doodles," he said real loud. "I love Nipsy Doodles." Mr. Scary's face went funny. He did not move for a minute. Then finally his eyebrows raised to the top of his head. "Nipsy Doodles, Lenny?" he asked. "Really? That's the number 1 thing in your life that you're thankful for? Nipsy Doodles?" Lenny nodded. Then he checked his homework just to be sure. "Yes," he said, "Nipsy Doodles is number 1. He smiled. "They are a tasty little cheese snack unlike any other." Mr. Scary nodded very slow. "Yes, Lenny, I know. I've heard the commercial, and I'm sure they're very tasty. But just out of curiosity, what is number 2 on your list?" Lenny's face started to beam. "Number 2, it's rainbow sprinkles," he yelled. All of room 1 started to clap. "Because the whole world loves rainbow sprinkles, of course." Mr. Scary didn't move again. Then finally he picked up the chalk and he added Lenny's 2 thankfuls to the list. Number 3, Nipsy Doodles. Number 4, rainbow sprinkles. He stepped back and took a big breath. "Alrighty, let's take another look at what we have here so far," he said. "We have 4 delicious food items, don't we? But just remember, there are other things to be thankful for too, right, boys and girls?" "Right," we said. We thought and we thought. "Like what?" we asked. Mr. Scary chuckled. "Well, for one thing, in our country, we're lucky to have freedom," he said. "Freedom is one reason the Pilgrims came to America." He looked around the room. "Did anyone put freedom on your thankful list?" All of the children looked at their lists. Then everyone shook their heads no. Roger stood up again. "We are only 6, he said. "We don't really have any freedom." He thought for a second. "I'm not even allowed to cross the street by myself." "Me neither," said Shirley. "I have to stay in my own front yard." Jose raised his hand. "I have to go to bed at 7:30, and half the time it's still light outside," he said. Herbert stood up too. "Well, wait till you hear this one. I have to eat cooked carrots or I don't get a cookie after dinner," he said. Just then, Sheldon slapped his hand on his desk and he shouted real loud, "And I am forced to take a multivitamin," he hollered. "Does that sound like freedom to you?" Mr. Scary quick held up his hands. Okay. Calm down, everyone. I get it, he said. He looked back at our thankful list, and then he nodded at us, very thoughtful. "Boys and girls, you are absolutely right. You are first graders, and you can be thankful for whatever you want," he said. "This list should be exactly what you want it to be. Not me, not the contest judges, not anyone else but you." He smiled. "Thanks for showing me that," he said. "You're welcome," we all said back. We are a polite group. Mr. Scary looked very happy again. "All right, who would like to go next?" he said. "And remember, Whatever you say will be perfectly fine with me, okay? Sheldon jumped up. Toilet paper! I am thankful for toilet paper, he said. Mr. Scary's eyes got big and wide, but he quick snapped out of it and he printed the words on the board. Number 5, toilet paper, he said. Sheldon grinned real excited. We're going to win this contest for sure, he said. He did a thumbs up at room 1. Then all of us did a thumbs up right back, except not actually Mr. Scary. All right, chapter 3 is thankful bags, and in just a little bit, I'll read thankful bags. All right, bye everybody.